Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Football Manager 2015. Now with Everton, I believe it is episode 51, and there couldn't be a bigger episode as an Everton fan, as an Everton manager, even away at Liverpool, a big Merseyside derby. I hadn't realised when I was kind of announcing what would be the next episode. I completely forgot that it was Everton and Liverpool, and that completely slipped my mind. So I decided to not do the Man City game, but just do the game after against Liverpool. It's going to be difficult, especially due to our recent form. Nonetheless, we've got to try and tackle it as best as we can. And having said that, though, our recent form has been shocking, especially since the 3-0 defeat to Spurs last time out. As you guys know from the live commentary, I was not too pleased. Conceded a needless penalty, a terrible own goal, and Morata's goal. It was decent enough, but we were out of the game within 28 minutes. Considering with the amount of goals we scored, we were out of the game within 6 minutes because we do not score enough. Anyway, since then, as you can see, we have still happened to win a game, which means the last game we have won was the 22nd of January, which is against Fleetwood, who I believe are still a League One team. No, League Two team. Yeah, so you can't really count that. So our only league win as boss was our first one at home to Fulham, which means we've kind of been sentenced to near that bottom of the table. And it started off with a 2-1 defeat away at QPR, and this is where I suppose the start a real disappointing result, especially considering we were 1-0 up at half time. Isaiah Brown scored the only goal of the first half, right on the stroke half time in the 45th minute. But a Lorik Levy brace, one in the 52nd and one in the 61st. Turned around in the second half. As you can see, we created 4 clear-cut chances and 6 half chances, but only managed to score 1 goal in the end. We had 17 shots, 59% of the ball, but yet we ended up coming out on the losing side, which is extremely annoying when that happens. It seems to be a little bit of a trend. When you seem to play a certain style of football on this year's FM, you can be, as you guys saw from it early on in the AC Milan series I'm doing, also on my channel. I've been struggling for goals, and it seems if you play a certain type of football, you're just you're not gonna get goals. You mightn't be the worst defensively, but you're just not gonna get the necessary goals to win games. And that's what seems to be the case at the moment. Then travelled away to Manchester City and lost 3-1 in the FA Cup 5th round. Now this was understandable. You're always going to lose to Man City away from home, I think, especially with the team we've got at the moment. Vitinha scored within 22 seconds, though, which helped us along, of course. And then he scored again in the 12th minute to pretty much finish the game within 12 minutes. Mauro Icardi scored to make it 3-0 in the 74th, but Mick Ryan, the Irish youngster, to pull him back in the 86th to give us a little bit of respectability to the scoreline. Again, as you can see, this game was Man City's. We kind of we didn't get dominated, but we didn't create, and we didn't look too great at the back. So I suppose that might be called dominated, but it wasn't a very good performance. And you just have to kind of let go. In the FA Cup, I suppose, so it wasn't the end of the world, even though I would have loved to have gotten a little bit of a run in the FA Cup. We then played at home to Newcastle, and we managed to get a result in this one, just about, with a 1-1 draw. I can't really complain too much, I have to say, when you see a game like this where we managed to get a draw, and we had no right to whatsoever. Isaiah Brown putting us in the lead in just the 3rd minute, so another goal for him. But then Kevin Campbell, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, 31-year-old right winger, managed to equalise for them in the 45th minute. But as you can see, there was no other goals in the game, but as you can see, they had 3 clear-cut chances, 7 half chances, 33 shots to our 8, 11 shots on target to our 1. We only had 1 shot on target in the whole game, and that was our goal. We did have slightly more of the ball, and we defended much better than they did. As you can see from some of the ratings, around 7.1. Lavage played quite well. We gave him a game instead of Oliver, and he immediately kind of reaped his rewards with a 9 rating. the Croatian attacking midfielder and striker. Isaiah Brown, of course, scoring again, which is good to see. And we managed to sneak away with a point there, which I was quite happy with based on the actual performance. But then it was back to the same old with a 1-0 defeat away at Cardiff. Conor Mahoney, the only goal of the game, the 75th minute from a flick-on header at the front post from the corner, which is always frustrating when a corner happens. Now this was a fairly shite game, zero half chances each. We had one clear-cut chance; they didn't have a single one. We had 58% of the ball, but same shots on target, or same shots. They had more shots on target. Like, it was one of those it was just such a poor game, and it was only ever going to take one goal to win the game, and it just so happened that it was Cardiff who scored it from a corner as well. And I suppose one of the few little bright points to take out of our recent form, or really the only kind of bright thing to take out of our recent form, was we managed to draw 2-2 at home at Manchester City in our last game out at home at Goodison Park, which was an excellent result based on the circumstances. Again, we gave away a penalty. This one wasn't a penalty, I don't think. It was Kolasinac who conceded it. It was just not a penalty whatsoever. Kevin Volland, I think, was the one who fell over way too easily. But Mauro Icardi stuck it away to make it 1-0 in the 19th minute. Kevin De Bruyne scored on the stroke of half-time in the 47th minute, the second minute of additional time, to make it 2-0. And I really thought the game was over, so I actually just chucked it on attacking and kind of see where we could get from there. And Las Bangura, who came on as a sub at half-time, managed to get us a goal back into the game. Him getting a rare even appearance off the bench under my stint in charge. Well, I suppose he's played a few games. Played a lot of games before I arrived. Been playing a few since I have, but it hasn't been a real first teamer. And Jorginho Wijnaldum, who was another substitute, came off the bench, and he managed to score in the 80th minute to get us the leveller and also get himself a man of the match performance. So fair play to the lad, considering he's getting on now. He was a good player back in his time. He's 31 years old these days. So he's getting on, but he's still a decent enough player, and he was a cracking goal as well in the top corner. So no complaints there. We managed to get a 2-2 draw out of it, and it was no more than we deserved. No, is that what I meant to say? No, it was exactly what we deserved, because we had 6 half chances, we had 2 clear-cut chances. I know they had 3, but what do you expect with Manchester City? And one of those was a penalty, which you can hardly count. We had more shots than them. Only one they had 51% of the ball, so it was fairly even Stevens there. So I think we really deserved a draw now. I was glad to get a draw out of it, which I don't think it's given us much morale boost, but gives us a little bit going into this big game against Liverpool. If you have a look though at the Premier League, we are kind of really being almost sucked into a relegation battle now. We're in 16th place with 30 points from 30 games, so only 8 games left in the league, and we're only 4 points away from the relegation zone, where Fulham lie with 26 points. The only lucky thing for us is Cardiff have only got 22 and Bournemouth have got 18, so Bournemouth are near certainties unless they provide a real great escape. Same with Cardiff. Well, no, Cardiff don't have to have a really great escape, but it have to be a decent enough effort. As for us, we're kind of just plodding away down there. Like, if we could put up a good run of form, technically speaking, like if we won, say, 6 of our last 8 and drew the other 2, that's 20 points. That would put us up to 50 points. But we could still finish around 8th. But I don't think that's going to happen with our current form. And also, we've a tricky enough run-in, if I believe. We've Liverpool and then Chelsea. Got Villa, who are obviously good. That'll be a painstaking game. We do have people like Bournemouth, Wigan and Hull, which I suppose are winnable games. But it depends how we do. I'm hoping to maybe pick up a point today. Liverpool, of course, are sitting in 3rd, doing quite well. Villa, the old team, in 4th. Chelsea and City are tied at the top, but City do have a game in hand. They might overtake Chelsea. Anyway, is there anything else to go through? I think we got our youth intake, didn't we? I I believe we did, yeah. And we got a few decent ones actually. We got Jim Devaney, who's an attacking midfielder, can also play striker. He's physically quite good, mentally not too shabby. His technical stats need or technical attributes need a lot of work, but something to work with, I suppose. He's got a fair amount of potential on him. John Williams as well, defensive midfielder, can also play in centre mid. Good determination. That's always good to see. Unfortunately, he's lacking a lot in pace, which is annoying at such a young age, because pace is a thing that is hard to train. You can get it slightly better, but when you start off at that low, you're never going to get beyond a 10 or 11, I don't think, in pace, unless he's a really hard trainer. Is he? He's a determined player. I don't think he's quite, though, like he's not a model professional or anything. And lastly, I think it was Callum McKenna, who actually I thought was probably the most promising, a centre back. He's got good heading, good marking, and good tackling, which is all well the three technical attributes, yes, that a central defender needs the most, and they're all above tens, well, all above 11 and above. Good mental attributes across the board. Again, slow, but as a centre back, you could probably get away with it. We'll have to do some training on him, but I thought he looked the most promising of the three. But nonetheless, it's good to see that we got a few decent ones coming through. Bob White is also here. He's been here from last year, though he seems to be banging them in, though, for the under 18s. I suppose you can't really look too much into that. He scored 17 in 33 games, so he's, again, another guy who's physically quite good, although his pace, again, lacking. Technically and mentally, I don't think is good enough for him to ever really cut it. And if we have a look at our own player stats, our top scorer is by far Isaiah Brown, 17 goals in all competitions. He's been quite stunning. He's very good. Now he is inconsistent though. Like it's not just goals for Isaiah. Like he does spurn a lot of chances. Like as you've seen, we've created a fair amount of clear cut chances, and he's the main kind of protagonist in missing them. But also he does score. He's the one that does score in the end. So I suppose like it's kind of hard to gauge how good he is. He is though. I think he's doing quite well. Lavage's got 6, isn't too bad. Mick Ryan's got 4. Castagnos has already got 3 on loan in only 3 games. Maybe that's showing me something. Although are Cordoba in Serie? No, yeah, they are in La Liga. Okay, maybe we're missing a trick with Castagnos. Puente, of course, is still injured. He's going to be out for another bit, 4 to 6 weeks. Top provider, Lavage 6, Bangura 6, Puente at 5, Oliver 4, McCarthy 4. Oliver still has been shit, and he's not actually going to play today. That's a little heads up for you. Like when you look at it on paper, he still is the best player in the team, I think, but doesn't produce on the pitch. What are you to do with that? McCarthy is doing reasonably well, and he's the top average rating with 7.1. Desart's got 7.07, but he's played not that many games. Hurriam 7.06, Guts is 7.04 in the 7 games he's played. He's looked quite good actually, still progressing quite nicely. They still don't seem to just rate him, the coaches, although he seems to be doing quite well. Brian 7.02, Corchia's also got 6.98. Yeah, but financially the club isn't doing very well though. We're 21 million in debt still. We're meant to make 4 million, but that still means we're 17 million in debt. So don't know. Hopefully we can. Hopefully at the end of the year, through like money from the Premier League, we can kind of break back into the black. Because I just have a little bit of a fear that we won't have any sort of transfer money, and we really do need to rebuild this squad. We need to get rid of a few players. I've already got a few in mind, because there's high earners at this club that really shouldn't be here. Anyway, let's get on into it. I suppose you guys are waiting for it. I'm waiting for it too. The team we've gone for today is Blake in goal, back for Kolasinac, Besic, Harian and Corchia. Wijnaldum, who gets a start due to his good performance off the bench against City. Galloway and Ledson in the middle. Murphy on the right. Lavage playing just behind Isaiah Brown. So we've gone to a bit of a 4-4-1-1. I actually can't remember whether I was playing this in the last episode or was I still playing the 4-2-3 one. It really isn't too much of a difference. It's just that the wingers have dropped back to well, they're still wingers, but just in wide midfielder positions rather than like an advanced winger, I suppose. Anyway, get this game underway. Hopefully, we can pull off an upset here. The guys seemed reasonably positive in the team talk. Jordan Henderson's also got an early injury, which should help us. But I thought it is Isaiah Braham making a charging run down this right hand side. Which now, oh, bloody hell! What a block on the line! And Wijnaldum is denied early on. Oh my god, what a block! Good start, a very good start. Our first clear-cut chance goes our way. As you can see here, Liverpool have created two clear-cut chances, or no, two half chances even. We've created one ourselves. Origi now. It's always been a thorn in my side since he wasn't on loan with us at Villas. Coutinho though goes on an amazing run, but to no avail whatsoever. I also like to warn you, if you hear rumbling outside, it's because I think it's thunder. Um, it's lashing rain outside, so if you can hear that, I'm very sorry, but can't control the weather, unfortunately. Typical Ireland. Raining as per usual. Anyway, a extremely dull first half, though, when you look at it, which I suppose from our point of view probably isn't the worst thing. We're still going to try and passionately tell them that I have faith in them. Come on, do something. Win this game on the break. Like, we've still had the only the one clear-cut chance in the game fell to us. They've had a few clear-cut chances, and of course they had that Coutinho Maisie run, which didn't really end up in anything. But other than that, like overall though, they've been on top of most of the other stats in the game. This is Pavlic, he's a good regen. Coutinho, just block off. Origi, Coutinho, they're just playing nice little interplay. Oh, Blake gets away with it. It hits the woodwork. Lucas with a big long ranger. And I thought it was going to bounce off Blake and either go back into the net or it was going to be one of those where Blake just wouldn't respond whatsoever and Coutinho would be able to pounce in and score into an empty net while Blake just looked at it. Sometimes that happened. That has happened. I think that's happened to everyone in this year's game. Laxalt's going to come on for Wijnaldum, who's tiring a little bit. McCarthy's going to come in for Galloway. Despite him playing quite well, you can't have tired legs in a derby game. They both seem to be in a positive mood after I've given them the "you have faith" little individual team talk to them. So hopefully they can go out and provide some fresh legs. But here's Goulam. It's a long throw. Oh, holy shit, it's Raheem Sterling. I don't know if that's a header. That's completely unrealistic. Although if it's a volley, it's just poor marking. Do I have? Yeah, I do have goals on replay. I know, I think this actually might. Yeah, I think that's a volley. Yeah, so that's just poor marking. We're gonna. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off! It really does kick you when you're down, doesn't it? Now, I know we haven't deserved much from this game. Like, look at the stats. We've been terrible, but for the two goals to be conceded to be a long throw which came from pretty much where a corner comes from, and then the second one being at a corner, it really just does take the piss a little bit. Seems to kind of sum up the game in many ways this year. Don't even have anybody to bring on for Brian. We'll bring on Oliver for Lavage. There's nothing we can do though. We're not going to score 2 goals within 8 minutes because we seem completely inept on scoring many goals. Maybe I need to do something tactically because obviously it's not working at the moment, and it's clearly not working, and it's pretty sad to see, to be honest, us struggling so much and to kind of roll over like it's a huge derby game. I got them all pumped up before the game, and they come out and play like this. Is it like that's just crap. It really is to roll over like that 2-0. Now I know it's two cheesy enough FM goals we conceded, but like I'm gonna say, I want to apologise to the fans because it simply isn't good enough playing like this, and we've now dropped down to 17. Like we're really going to be sucked into a relegation battle here, which is exactly not what we want to get ourselves into. So, Fulham have sacked their manager, which is quite interesting. The next game of the season, our next episode will actually be the last game of the season at home to Bournemouth. Hopefully, we'll be still in the Premier League by then. If not, it might be curtains for me as manager of Everton. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, as always. And if you haven't, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later.